All right, happy Sunday, guys. Today's workout is 2 rounds for reps. You're starting off with 2 minutes of max effort inverted burpees, 2 minutes of max effort Russian twists, then alternating power cleans. Then you're going to repeat the same movements in that same order, but you're going 1 minute of each. And then at the end of that round, you're going to rest for 1 minute. You're going to repeat that for 2 rounds total, and the goal is to get as many reps as possible. Today's intent, again, we're not trying to go at a very fast pace. Use this as a kind of maintenance state, recover, and kind of get ready for the next week to come. Especially with those inverted burpees, take your time within those minutes. Try to really get as much out of it with that movement there. Then after that, guys, for the AFTERBURNER, going for 90 seconds of an ankle strengthening movement, and then 90 seconds of a Shin Roll-out after that. So really just trying to target those areas, especially after those inverted burpees, landing on those ankles there. Give you guys a little bit of a break, and also stretch from past week here to get you guys ready for the next week to come. Hopefully you enjoy the workout and the AFTERBURNER. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up video.
Okay guys, for today's warm-up, we are doing 2 rounds of 50 running skips. If you don't have a skipping rope, you can just jog on the spot for 50 steps. Or if you want, you can do 25 jumping jacks. After you're done that, you're gonna go for 5 single-legged deadlifts on one side and then 5 on the other. For the single-legged deadlift, the goal here is to just extend that back leg so you can feel your glute squeeze, you can squeeze your butt, and then you're just gonna lean forward, trying to raise the heel up as the shoulders come down. So I'm trying to keep my body in a nice lever position. So I don't wanna bend my back knee or keep my leg low. I wanna try to move as a lever all the way down and then all the way back up again. This will be a balance test. If you're a little wobbly, kind of fall out of it, that's totally fine. That's a part of what we're working on. So if you kind of fall out of it, just catch yourself, get your balance, and then get on to that next rep. Once you're done that, you're gonna go for 50 more running skips. Once you're done that, you're gonna get into some bent over rows. So 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So with that object in your hand, we're just gonna fold forward. Notice how my back is staying flat, head and neck are neutral. And I'm gonna think about leading back with my elbow and then up, and I'm gonna squeeze that muscle in between that shoulder blade until I'm done 5 reps on one side, and then I'm gonna switch to the other. Notice that my elbow is staying nice and close to my body. I'm not looking forward and putting stress on my neck. I'm just trying to keep that spine lengthened. So you're gonna do 2 rounds of that. Once you're done that, you're gonna go for 2 more rounds. The first movement we're gonna go over is the staggered push-up. So normally in a push-up, your hands are about slightly outside the shoulder width. For this one, we're gonna keep our hands in the same spot, but we're gonna go up and out a little bit with one hand, down and back a little bit with the opposite hand. So we're still thinking about keeping that perfect plank position, and then we're just gonna move one hand forward and out, one hand back and out, and same rules apply in that push-up. If you guys need to go off your knees, you totally can do that as well. Once you're done 5 one way, you're gonna bring the other hand up, opposite hand down, core nice and tight, all the way down, all the way up again. Play around with it as you go here, guys. You can get your hands a little bit further and wider apart as you go. Make it a little more challenging. It's supposed to feel a little bit awkward as you go, so just work with the distancing of your hands. Once you're done 5 one way, 5 the other way, you're gonna go for 25 double unders. If you don't have a skipping rope, you can do the double tap hops. Or if you want to, you can still go for those 25 jumping jacks. Once you're done those, we are now going into a staggered squat. So normally in our squat position, feet are slightly outside the width of the hips. Obviously, normally the feet would be in line. For this one, my one foot's gonna come forward and slightly out, the other one's gonna go back and slightly out, and we're just gonna come down into that squat as we would 5 times on one side, and then we're gonna go back to neutral, reset our body, switch to the other side, and we're gonna go back into that staggered squat on the other side. Enjoy the warm-up, guys. It's 2 rounds of both of those. We'll see you next in the workout.
All right, we're here for the inverted burpees, guys. So this is a fun movement. I personally like this movement a lot. It really challenges your body coordination. You're also trying to get into that handstand position all in one go. So I like to start learning this inverted burpee by using something that's a little bit elevated off the ground for my hollow rock. So the initial position of the inverted burpee is we're starting from that hollow rock position. So I'm going to show you guys the first half of the movement. So with the inverted burpee, let's get onto that elevated object, whatever that is. We're going to go for some hollow rocks. As you're doing those hollow rocks, once you're ready, we're going to think about planting our feet down to the ground and think about standing up. So rocking back and forth. Once you're ready, fast sit up, we're going to stand it up. That's going to be the first half of that inverted burpee. So we're going to get into that standing position. Once we're in this position here, guys, a couple options depending on where you're at with your skill level with your handstand. If you feel comfortable, go for your freestanding handstand hold. That's prescribed for your inverted burpees. Another progression, you just use the wall. So if you're not comfortable going freestanding, use the wall, and you're going to kick up into your handstand hold. So after you've done that kick up, you're just going to kick yourself up into that handstand position, hold it for a second, and then come back down. That would be 1 rep altogether. So what it looks like is pull rock, stand it up, kick it up into that handstand position. If you're not comfortable with the handstand, that's all right. Focus on getting into a dive bomber or a push-up position. So once you come out of that hollow position, you guys can get yourself into that dive bomber, get into that inverted position, hold it for 5 seconds. Once you feel comfortable, or once you're ready, walk it back in, reset your feet, sit back onto the mats, and then get yourself ready for the next rep. So again, we want to try to get from that hollow position, nice and aggressively standing it up, and then getting into that dive bomber, push-up, handstand, whatever that may be. Have fun with this one, guys. It's just 15 reps. Play around with it. If you want to use the first 5 reps just to learn how to hollow rock into that stand, do that, and then use the last 10 reps for just the inverted burpees. Use it today for practice and for fun, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next workout. For that Russian twist, what we want to get into is that kind of hollow body position, but almost a little bit higher off the ground. So we're kind of sitting on that butt area, the lower butt there. We can keep our knees bent as an easier progression, or go a little bit harder by keeping our legs straight. With that object, what I want you to focus on is trying to twist the body towards the direction that you're going towards. So if I'm going towards the left, I want to twist that shoulder, both shoulders towards that direction, and not necessarily just move the object in that direction with my arms. So to really get the most out of this exercise, guys, really try to twist your shoulders towards the direction that you're twisting towards, and then back into center. Same thing on the right side. 9 reps there, guys. You're going to use a weight that you can go unbroken, but not too fast, so try something that will challenge you a little bit. Those 9 hang power cleans, so again, you guys can use that same weight. If you're going single line, let's go 9 per side, or if you have a barbell, just go 9 total as prescribed. For those hang power cleans, guys, we're going to bend over at the hips, kind of like that bent over row position. From here, we're going to drive through the legs nice and hard. As we drive through the legs nice and hard, pull through the elbow. We're going to land in that front rack position. So that front rack position, elbows tall, hips are back. Then we're going to stand it up from there before we start our next rep. So nice hard drive, elbow through, hips back, and then stand it up. Make sure, guys, it's common. We're going to be kind of wanting to let our knees kind of go forward and catch with those femurs. We want to push the hips back as we catch it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the run. I'm going to go into the afterburner just to stretch out those ankles and get them a little bit more loose. So we're going to start off with the ankle activation and strengthening here. So I'm going to adjust to get her toes high as possible on the toes. From here, she's gonna bend her knee in towards the post. For 90 seconds, we're gonna think about pushing your toes, for 10 seconds, we're gonna think about pushing our toes down into the floor, so into the post, while picking up through the ankle. And then 10 seconds, think about trying to pull the toes up while you're in that stretch position. So when you're doing this, guys, your toes shouldn't actually lift off the post. You should be in that stretch position, but really trying to focus on pushing your ankle down to the floor for 10 seconds, and then pulling your ankle up for 10 seconds. So once you've done this for 90 seconds on both sides, we're gonna go into our shin rollout. So we're trying to roll out the outside of the shin. So you can use a lacrosse ball for this. First option is you guys can sit on the floor comfortably, stay on the outside of the shin, not on the bone, and then just rolling all the way down in that shin, starting from the top, just rolling all the way down into that ankle, trying to stay on that meaty part of the calf there and that shin, guys, not on the bone. Take about 90 seconds on both sides, apply pressure if you find a little bit of a sticky point, hang out in that position. If you want more pressure, you're feeling a little bit dangerous, you can get on top of that lacrosse ball. So Jess is putting her weight on that lacrosse ball, and the same thing, she's going to roll forward. She's going to roll forward on that lacrosse ball as much as she can, and then same thing back again. That's the face that she's making, that means it's feeling good. So play around with that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.